Who is Hans Christian Andersen? Hans Christian Andersen, born on 2 April 1805 and died on 4 August 1875, was a Danish author. Although a prolific writer of plays, travelogues, novels, and poems, he is best remembered for his literary fairy tales. Andersen's fairy tales, consisting of 156 stories across 9 volumes, have been translated into more than 125 languages. They have become embedded in Western collective consciousness, accessible to children as well as presenting lessons of virtue and resilience in the face of adversity for mature readers. His most famous fairy tales include The Emperor's New Clothes, The Little Mermaid, The Nightingale, The Steadfast Tin Soldier, The Red Shoes, The Princess and the Pea, The Snow Queen, The Ugly Duckling, The Little Match Girl, and Thumbelina. His stories have inspired ballets, plays, and animated and live-action films. Top 30 quotes by Hans Christian Andersen. But a mermaid has no tears, and therefore she suffers so much more. Where words fail, music speaks. When the bird of the heart begins to sing, too often will reason stop up her ears. Just living is not enough, said the butterfly, one must have sunshine, freedom, and a little flower. To travel is to live. To move, to breathe, to fly, to float, to gain all while you give, to roam the roads of lands remote, to travel is to live. Enjoy life. There's plenty of time to be dead. Life is like a beautiful melody, only the lyrics are messed up. Every man's life is a fairy tale, written by God's fingers. She laughed and danced with the thought of death in her heart. Life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. The whole world is a series of miracles, but we're so used to them we call them ordinary things. Everything you look at can become a fairy tale, and you can get a story from everything you touch. I can give her no greater power than she has already, said the woman. Don't you see how strong that is? How men and animals are obliged to serve her, and how well she has got through the world, barefooted as she is. She cannot receive any power from me greater than she now has, which consists in her own purity and innocence of heart. If she cannot herself obtain access to the Snow Queen, and remove the glass fragments from little Kay, we can do nothing to help her. If you look down to the bottom of my soul, you would understand fully the source of my longing and pity me. Even the open, transparent lake has its unknown depths, which no divers know. To be of use to the world is the only way to be happy. Death walks faster than the wind and never returns what he has taken. You are a dreamer, and that is your misfortune. Sharp knives seemed to cut her delicate feet, yet she hardly felt them, so deep was the pain in her heart. She could not forget that this was the last night she would ever see the one for whom she had left her home and family, had given up her beautiful voice, and had day by day endured unending torment, of which he knew nothing at all. An eternal night awaited her. It doesn't matter if you're born in a duck yard, so long as you are hatched from a swan's egg. My life will be the best illustration of all my work. Never had she danced so beautifully. The sharp knives cut her feet, but she did not feel it, for the pain in her heart was far greater. Does all the beauty of the world stop when you die? No, said the old oak. It will last much longer, longer than I can even think of. Well, then, said the little mayfly, we have the same time to live, only we reckon differently. I know what you want. It is very stupid of you, but you shall have your way, and it will bring you to sorrow, my pretty princess. The Sea Witch. Brave soldier, never fear. Even though your death is near. But shouldn't all of us on earth give the best we have to others and offer whatever is in our power? His own image. No longer a dark, gray bird, ugly and disagreeable to look at, but a graceful and beautiful swan. To be born in a duck's nest, in a farmyard, is of no consequence to a bird, if it is hatched from a swan's egg. I only appear to be dead. They could see she was a real princess and no question about it, now that she had felt one pea all the way through 20 mattresses and 20 more feather beds. Nobody but a princess could be so delicate. Then your tail will divide and shrink until it becomes what the people on earth call a pair of shapely legs. But it will hurt. It will feel as if a sharp sword slashed through you. Everyone who sees you will say that you are the most graceful human being they have ever laid eyes on, for you will keep your gliding movement and no dancer will be able to tread as lightly as you. But every step you take will feel as if you were treading upon knife blades so sharp that blood must flow. I am willing to help you, but are you willing to suffer all this? Yes, the little mermaid said in a trembling voice, as she thought of the prince and of gaining a human soul.